Back in 1969, I was stationed at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and training troops. I got them all trained up. We went to Utah to fire missiles. And I was always running in and out of the program at test station. They had 2 operators in it. And I guess I was overseeing what they were doing. They had a computer screen in front of them so I could keep up with what they were doing. But in the upper portion of the ceiling, there was a red button. And I've been wondering the whole time I was in the Army, wonder what that button's for. There was no reference to it in any of the training manuals. I even asked Martin Brad and missile people what it was. They didn't know. So this one time we're firing our first missile, and I thought I'd try to see what it was for. So, being energetic the way I was, I reached up and pressed it. Soon found out what it was for. We was sitting in a countdown at somewhere around T-minus 8 minutes and counting. That red button took us to 28 seconds. And I'm standing there confused. I wasn't confused too long before I ran outside and started yanking power cables away from that missile. And if I had done that, we'd had problems. That missile would have took off long before we wanted it to, because there were procedures that we had to perform before it actually lifted off. And if it lifted off, we'd have had no way to react. So then, as a result of that, something positive came out of it. We researched it to the best we could to find out what the devil it was. But we had the Department of the Army to come down with new procedures for us to remove all of them. So I guess it was a good thing, because we were sitting there with a training warhead on, and unlike a live nuclear warhead, lo and behold, what would have happened if we'd have fired that thing, you know? But fortunately in the States, we only fired training warheads, you know? That's it.
So you talked to one of your captains about that button. They didn't know.
They didn't know either.
They didn't know what it was.
Nobody knew it. I mean, I was the only one that ever questioned it.
By pushing it.
Yeah. We found out. Tell you, we jumped from 8 minutes to about us 28 seconds and counting. Scared the living hell out of me. Well, I knew what that meant when it come across that screen. You know?
Yeah.
And I still don't know why they had it.
Maybe somebody just thought it was a great idea to scare somebody.